Okay, right now we're live. What we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be talking about the Facebook and the. We're not going to get into be too aggressive. We try not to because this is still a social media platform on YouTube, but the very strict standards of Facebook. I've got some issues with Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook. I have some serious issues with him. It's one of the reasons why earlier 2022 I was presented with an opportunity that I did not want to let go. I went to another hosting company for the website. I was with GoDaddy prior to that, and too expensive. Hosting wasn't bad as far as the hosting price. Um, well, the domain wasn't expensive, but the hosting was very expensive. With very limited, you couldn't upload videos. You had to outsource it to YouTube and other places. So I had to go to uh, another company, another hosting company, which had actually a cheaper price. Did the job, able to upload videos. I'm not going to tell you unless you contact me privately and contact me by email, markdavis1865 at gmail.com. You also get a hold of me, 865-338-6576, and tell you the different things you need to do. I suggest people go to Mewe, get off Facebook. Eventually, everybody gets kicked off Facebook, and you get back on, get back on. And he's been, Mark Zuckerberg's been compiling this information. I guess he gives it to the federal government, whatever purpose it is. The latest, and this has been confirmed, that he doesn't like any kind of shooter games at all. And there's right now a thing I've been trying to premiere my videos. I've got to send it to one of the people that I'm working with right now, and I've been promoting DF2 Companion. It's on Android. I've been helping Jason Cuban out. And then I've noticed on Mewe, there's a lot of groups that's on Mewe right now. A lot of people don't like Mewe, but it don't have as strict standards as Facebook did. And see, I'm going to have to go back to Mewe and see. I'm going to have to change a few banners. They may not like some of the content. I don't know. But it is confirmed that they do not like, and they've seen, and this is what they have issue with me right now. What Facebook has issue with me right now because of the shooter games. Because I think it's jealousy because I put together some really good quality, and I'll have some upcoming videos that I'm going to be working on this that I've already, excuse me. I have the videos I just completed Friday, and they're supposed to be showing. We got one scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we originally had it Monday through Friday a couple of weeks ago, and that was a very aggressive, ambitious schedule to do that many. And then we was able to get a hold of some maps, and it seems like every time I go on the Facebook, it's an unstable platform, You're always having to confirm your identity all the time. They have an issue with the content that you have. It is probably the strictest of all the social media platforms out there. It is probably the strictest social media platforms there ever was, that it was ever come up. Mark Zuckerberg is to say a prick. I'm gonna call him out. And on the website, I tear into them on the website, and you need to go in there. I tear into a lot of people on the website, and I plan on tearing into a lot more people on the website. And they've got issues. They said, well, you're violating community standards. And I've seen them play. I've seen them do games, shooter games on Facebook, live shooter games on Facebook, by the way. I've actually seen them do it. I'm surprised that they allow them to get away with that. And they come after me because they don't like my videos, and because they're jealous. I don't know, but I put out I always try to make it improve. Always try to make improvements in quality in our videos, and I will continue to do so. And I'm telling people what they need to do is they need to go to Mewe. And I had several groups that started on Mewe several years ago. I've been trying, and it's been on deaf ears, about trying to get people on Facebook. I don't know. I mean, get them off Facebook and get them on Mewe. It's fell on deaf ears, and I don't know why people don't want to get off Facebook and get on Mewe and other places. There's a thing in the email that you can get on. That it's through your email. It's through Google. They have actually two setups. They got one called Dual, and you can communicate with other people through that. Now, of course, the people talk about Skype. There's Discord. When people talk on Discord, so you got Discord, you got Skype, you got Dual, and there's another thing inside the email thing that you could talk to. There's probably a half a dozen places on there. One of the reasons I liked Delta Force 2 or DF2 Companion is you could actually communicate with other players or the other people that's on there. And people talked about Facebook and talk about Twitter. What they need to do is they need to come up, and they talk about Trump's social media. What they need to do is they need to come up with a social media platform, and I'm gonna talk to some people about this, that is not so strict on their policies. Now, YouTube has some standard policies, understandable standard policies. No nudity, and on our website we don't do anything like that at all, except maybe with AOC. We may or may not take that down, but that's on a private website, and we've talked about that. And there's a lot of people that actually said, Mark, you got to take that off your website. You got to take it off, and blah blah blah. And I said, well, there's not been any issues. There's not been anybody say, hosting company didn't say nothing to me. And there's no way there would be an issue with the hosting company because of who they host for. They got a lot of clients, and so there wouldn't be any issue from their standpoint, because I verified that. And they're a foreign hosting company, so they don't fall under U.S. uh, jurisdiction, and I can't publicly announce the name of the company for security reasons. I can't tell you what the name of the company is. If you've been verified that you live in the United States and you're a friend of mine, I know you and all that, I'll tell you what the name of the hosting company is, but I'm not going to announce it. I'm not going to um, I'm not going to announce the the name of the hosting company publicly for, like I said, for security reasons, because there's all kinds of hackers and all kinds of things. And one thing you don't want to do is you never want to give out your IP address. This is computer 101. This is security reasons. You never want to give out your IP address, number one, your location or anything like that. You never want to give out your hosting companies or passwords to your emails, stuff like that. That's just common sense. But you definitely don't want to give out your hosting company, the name of your hosting company. You don't want to do that unless they're really good friends of yours that it's not going to stab you in the back. It's not a for public consumption. But if you're interested in going to a hosting company on a case per case basis, I could tell you. I'm not going to tell you on a video. I might tell you on the phone that I know you're here in the United States. I said, first of all, do you live here in the United States? What's your cell phone number? Let me call you. You live here in the United States, blah, blah, blah. I want to know a little bit more about you before I give you this information. Because that's just the way I am when it comes to stuff like that. Me working in the security field and and everything else. The bottom line is, now Facebook, they could have their own strict policy all they want, but I'm going to be consulting with some people and seeing if we could come up with a social media platform, not like Trump's, not like Twitter when Elon Musk took it over. I don't know what the status, if it'll revert back to it was before Elon Musk took over. And Trump, I don't know if you could trust Trump social media or not, or posting what you want or not. I have no idea. But I think what they need to do is they need to come up with something that's very similar to Facebook, because that's real addictive to the people on Facebook, because the way the setup is, the way the people call each other on their little thing, and the way the groups are set up and everything. It's real popular with people. It's hard to get them off Facebook. And then now Mark Zuckerberg is going to start this virtual reality thing, and no telling what kind of bad stuff he's going to do. And the people that's going to do on that, I wouldn't have nothing to do. I'd like to see him go out of business. I'll do everything I can to put him out of business. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for. And like I said, there should be some people, and there's a lot of smart people in the computer field that should work together and say, okay, we're going to work together, and we all agree. And right now, Facebook has got this dominating appeal to people, and Mark Zuckerberg knows this. And there's other social media places that you could post stuff at, like Mewe and stuff, but it doesn't have the where you could do the and I mean, as an instant messenger type of thing, but unless you pay for the video call thing like Facebook does, then it doesn't allow you to do it like the way Facebook does. On our website, for example, and you can't do this on YouTube either or Facebook or anybody else. They're always looking for copyright violations, and I try not to violate any kind of copyright laws when it comes to Facebook or YouTube or someone else's social media. Even on Mewe, I try not to violate because you never know, because they might have some kind of censors on there. I mean, on Mewe they're not as strict as YouTube or Facebook on it when it comes, but they may have a policy on copyright issues. But on some stuff, I mean, I've seen them post actual nudity on Mewe, and whether people like it or not, it's I think that's between them and God, if you want my opinion. I mean, I'm a Christian and everything else, but I think that if someone posts something nude, as long as it's not gross, I don't see any problem with it. As long as it's not appropriate, then you could put on their adult content or whatever, you know. And I'm not advocating it or promoting it or anything like that. I'm just saying a true freedom of speech platform would lighten up on a lot of issues. And YouTube is pretty strict on that. Facebook too, but some of the stuff that YouTube has and some of the stuff that Facebook has, they're kind of the same almost, but Facebook is a little bit more stricter than YouTube. A lot more stricter than YouTube, in my opinion. But on YouTube, you just got to be careful what you say. You can't make any kind of, threats or anything like that. Now, on our website, now you might be on some kind of a watch list if you make threats on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, any social media platform, even on your own private website. But on our website at cfacsa.com, it is pretty much it. I could pretty much do what I want to on there because I don't have to worry about anything because it's my website basically. I don't have to worry about any kind of copyright violations or anything like that on our website. I mean, I have to worry about it on YouTube and Facebook and stuff, but when it comes to like I could take a music video, okay, and I'm not talking about embedding a video in it, but I could record that music video and I could be on it, or I could make a video with music in the background, okay, and then I could put it on the website, and I could take what I'm doing right now and put it on the website right now if I had to, and cut it up in little segments if I had to, but it would kind of miss out. People would kind of miss out on what's going on. But we try to put out a quality product when we put our videos out. I bust my butt when I put these videos out. But one of the main things I've been trying to do is trying to get people off Facebook. And people are just so addicted to it. They're just, after everything that's been going on and after they stolen information, compromised, people are still on Facebook, and they've got other places they can go to. Unlike on my Android phone, there's really only one place I that I have a thing. I mean, I use my phone as a communications device. I don't have any Facebook or YouTube accounts set up on my phone. I just basically use my phone like for Zello, like the walkie-talkie app, Dual, just low security items that, doesn't take a lot of stuff to worry about. And that's what I use it for. I don't use it, usually use it for, I don't use it for a social media platform like, Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. Now, if you use YouTube on your phone, um, and it's tied into your desktop, a lot of times you'll get some issues. And they'll say, "Is this you? Are you the person that's tied in with this account?" And I had a thing set up to my YouTube account that was going to my phone, and I did do some live programs to my YouTube account, and I had maybe, I don't know if it was the same company. I don't know. I have no idea. Or maybe when I was with another cell phone provider. Um, and then another thing that you can run into problems is like if you switch your cell phone provider, um, and you want to keep the same cell phone, and I've come up with this because your phone it has a built-in email address in it. It's got an MMS code. And I usually give people, if someone want to ask me what is their MMS code or their email address on their phone, and it's simply your phone number without a one above it, or it's like your area code. You just type in your area code and your phone number, no dashes in between, and then your cell phone provider's MMS code, and you put it at, like, well, my number is 865-338-6576 at mycricket.net, something like that. I think it's like that, and it will go straight to my phone, and it's like an email address. Like I could lose my Google email address, or I can lose any of my email addresses, and it will go straight to my phone like a text message. And if you say, "Well, why don't you text me my phone?" and they don't know your MMS code, and say, "Okay, you text it to my phone." But if you want to email somebody, I don't think they can email you through your phone unless they have your MMS code, which is like an email address. I remember years ago I had a flip phone. This is before they had the Android phones, the smartphones. And I had an MMS code back then. And which actually, if you think about it, and I was going to tell my brother about this, I said, "Look, the one thing I cannot do because of the verification process, because if you switch a cell phone provider or you switch your telephone number, you're screwed. You are screwed as far as your verification process. Like for example, on any social media platform, Mewe, YouTube, Facebook, you are screwed because they'll say, "Okay, we're going to send you. We need a verification. Whatever, you lost your password. We need to send it to your phone number with it, the MMS code, the cell phone provider. You're screwed. You're not going to be able to receive it." What I think they should do, this is just an idea that would solve a lot of the verification procedure deal, is where you could pay what you call, this is just an idea I come up with, and other people could probably work on it if they can, a what you call a mobile or portable email. And and it's actually like a device, and you and here's how it works. Here's how it works. You plug it up to your. You have to plug it up to a desktop, for example, okay? Because on your phone has already got a built-in email address in it. Because your phone email address, built-in email address, is your MMS code. So it would have to be a desktop thing, something that had to be plugged in, hardwired type of thing. So what you do is you plug it into your computer, the back of your computer, and it doesn't erase at all. The memory on this portable email thing does not erase, and it's just like a little device, and you just plug it up to the plug outlet, and it's got a little thing that goes to your back of your computer, your desktop or laptop computer. And what it does is when you plug it up and you get an icon, it's just like several years ago I bought a webcam, the one I've got right now, which is an external webcam. It's not the built-in webcam. I got one of those smart computers, and I had to deactivate the touch screen because it's so sensitive. A fly would set it off. If I hit into it, it'd just go ballistic, or lint would make it go ballistic. So I had to completely shut down, deactivate the touch screen on my desktop. It's absolutely useless to have the a touch screen active on a desktop. It's just totally useless. It's actually retarded. Now it makes sense on an Android or iPhone. It makes sense to have a touchscreen because that's the way it's set up. But on my Android phone, I've got an actual keyboard, a wireless keyboard. It's Bluetooth. I got a charger for it. It don't take battery. It's real thin. But I've got that. But when I was getting back to what I was saying about the email, and I should have put in this topic, just about how to solve ideas, how getting people to other social media platforms that are not as strict, First Amendment supported speech, people coming up with social media platforms. If anybody could come up with a social media platform that truly represents freedom, it would have to be Jason Cooper. He would have to be the one that, and I'm going to see if I can get him on. I'm going to see if I could get him on Mewe on there. And I'm fixing to probably set up another group. On Facebook. Here's the deal. The portable email idea or mobile email, but it would be it would be fixed when you plug it up. And the reason I call it portable or mobile email, it doesn't matter what state you move to. And it probably wouldn't even matter what country you move to either. When you buy this box and they issue out a number, and they can have a gazillion numbers on the thing, and it doesn't change. And it will only change if they change the guts or the inside housing of it. They could reformulate it, or they could change the codes on there and put a different one in there. If there was an issue in the future, but you could buy one. You could buy like a box. They could sell for like maybe $50, lifetime deal, and which would be a good deal. And you would never have to worry about passwords, people hacking into your email or anything like that. This would be revolutionary. I think would be revolutionary in email and verification process and everything else. It would revolutionize. It wouldn't require any kind of verification or anything like that. As far as when you get this box, the email thing's not going to ask you for a verification like, oh, I need your cell phone number to verify, two-step verification. It's not going to, it will not need that at all. It's, you just plug it up. You just plug it up to your computer. And I think they need to come up with something like that. And it like, it wouldn't say, well, to verify this is you have to register your cell phone number, and then it goes back and forth, because it would defeat what the purpose of what I'm, the point I'm trying to make. So you buy this box, and they've done it with the cameras. They changed the cameras, the external cameras, where they don't have the function that they used to, because they don't have the editor portion, and you had to buy a special program on your computer. So the computer industry figured out, hey, you can buy a camera, all right, but it's not going to have all the record features on it. You're just going to have to buy some system setups to do that, a different setup. And the computers are always changing, and sometimes, they and I've got two. I got Bandicam and Bandicut, which is good systems. I hope it never goes out of business. It's not as good as the old system I had when I had the editing system, but it does have the screen record, which I love that. But the portable email, no verification as far as it sent to your phone. Okay, doesn't ask that. It's a simple matter of plugging it up, and then it has an icon that pops up on your screen. And they say, is this you? Yes. And you could plug it up to any computer. You could plug it up to any computer. It don't even have to be your computer. And you could say, can I use your computer? I want to check my email. And most computers, if they have a Google account like you, that's the reason I don't let anybody use my computer. I don't let anybody use my computer at all, because they would have to sign off on my email and sign into their email. That's the reason I don't let anybody use my my computer. And if someone tried to use my computer, it's going to take me off, because I don't let anybody use my computer. I tell people, just get your own computer. And the way the computers operate nowadays, and the sensitivity of computers, and you got to be careful what buttons, because right now I've got my computer right now. I've got it set up to where it's in tune. I'm constantly checking things, making sure everything's okay. And so far it's working out perfect. It's not been easy. I've actually had to contact I forgot what the name of the company was. I forgot what the name of the company was and I had some issues. I contacted this one company. I'd have to write it down, find out what it was. I'd have to go through some of my paperwork when I had some issues on my computer, like the PowerShell pop-ups. And one of the experts, he remote accessed my computer, and he looked through there and he disabled. And if your screen's recording or whatever, or video recording your, the action, whatever you're doing, it's going to mess it up. because it pops up. I personally think it's like a virus. They don't talk that it's like a virus, but I think it's like a virus. And if you're playing a video game, it will completely screw it up. The PowerShell block pop-ups will screw it up. So I'm no longer facing that issue anymore. But getting back to, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but getting back to the mobile portable email idea, that these social media platforms should not have a two-step process. They shouldn't have to have a like it could say, well, either or. You could either have a cell phone and or an email address. But with email addresses, the problem with having email addresses like that's on the computer, like if you lose your password, for example, and they'll say, do you have your cell phone registered with us where we could send you a code? And you don't have that cell phone with you anymore. You don't have the same cell phone provider. You changed your phone number, or you went to another cell phone provider. You're screwed. You can't get in. You won't be able to get into your account. So I think the idea of a portable email or mobile email, but it's fixed when you plug it up. It's stationary, fixed wherever it's at when you plug it up to your any computer, but it's yours. You bring the box with you. It's got a plug, and it's got one of these. I'll show you what kind of. It's got one of those little UNC connectors on the end of it that you plug up to your computer. It's got one of those things in there, and you have to plug it up on the back of your computer, your desktop computer or laptop computer. And they'll say, "Is this you?" I say, "Yes." And then it has a little thing, and it's got a little thing that it pops up, and then you can click it, and it's got an on and off switch on there. And when you flip the on switch, okay, when you turn the on switch, what it does is it will automatically pop up your email. It will pop up on your screen, and you can minimize it and all that. And then when you want to turn it off, you just simply turn the off button off on the box. So the box, it's like a little control panel almost, And of course, your keyboard, you'd use your keyboard on your computer to do it and stuff. And it has, as long as it's in sync with your keyboard. Or it could possibly also have a separate keyboard that you could probably hook up to that little box. It might have a capability of doing something like that, which is another idea that would work right with it. And it charged like $50 a lifetime, $50. And then you could buy as many boxes, those little devices, as you want. I think it would catch on, especially if you told them what the purpose of the box is. If you said, well, if you lost your password, like I said, the biggest thing on social media platform, like if you change your cell phone number, or you change your cell phone provider, you're not, and you lost your password, or it says we got to verify for whatever reason, routine procedure, we got to verify this is you, and you absolutely lose. You switch your cell phone provider or your phone number, you're not going to be able to verify it. You're pretty much screwed. So the idea, and this is an idea, I'm going to throw this idea to Jason Kubin, some ideas I'm going to throw past him. This is an idea that would that would work. This idea, people would love this idea, especially if you explain them what the purpose of it is. And it would sell like hotcakes, I think. And they said, well, it's not really a big issue. Well, I think it is. I think it is. It would probably put the it would probably hurt these other email companies. The other email companies would probably try to put it out of business. You know, now there's some email companies you got to pay money for, but nothing's free. I understand that in some situations. I mean, I got free email myself and I had to pay for it. But if you were able to get an email that you don't have to worry about your password, you don't have to have you don't have no password on the email. It's portable on every email. This is a totally revolutionary idea of thinking. Everybody loses their passwords. Okay, everybody loses their passwords, and the actual final, and this is just something I thought about. The absolute final thing to verify anything on any social media platform is your email address. It's either your email address or your cell phone, and cell phone is your email address. But your cell phone it changes. Cell phone company could go out of business, or for whatever reason, the cell phone number. They said, well, you keep the same telephone number, but if the MMS code changes, you're screwed, pretty much. So this is something you need to talk to some people about this, see if this is something that could be done. It would actually help you get back on some of your accounts. You switch everything over to this. They sell this box. Potentially, it could be $1 billion corporation. The idea, I'll throw it out there, and people can take the idea with it or not. I mean, I'm the one that come up with this idea, a portable or mobile. I've talked to other people about it, and they said, Mark, this is crazy. They don't need to do something like that. Well, you never know. I got people right now wearing these little goggles for VR, and I think that's crazy. But I think a portable or mobile email where you could take it anywhere you go, any country you want, as long as you're allowed to carry that box with you, that little tiny, it's just it would be like a little electronic box. And it could be like this size. I'll show you what it looks like. It would be something like this. If I could aim it at this, be something like this. And you probably can't see it. Now, let me get a light so you can see it better. Like that. Get the dust off there. But it'd be something like that, box like that, and they would sell it. They could sell it at Walmart. They could sell it at any electronic place, and they could sell them for $50 a piece, which I think that would be a reasonable price. $50. You don't want to price gouge people. $50 is plenty. Just hand them out of $50. They can make a killing. And if you wanted to get as many email addresses as you wanted to, I mean, but like I said, when you plug up that one, okay, and it has to have an on and off switch. Now, if you want the other one on and hooked up your computer, you could do that, and it's not going to collide with it. And it works as long as it's plugged up to your computer. You just have to have one of them turned off, and you turn the other one off. And I said, is this you? Is this you accessing this? I said, yeah, absolutely. Yes. You say yes. And then it pops up. The screen pops up. And basically it'll say, it has to have some kind of an MMS code on there, obviously, at blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? and it would say the name of the company, possibly and they probably would try to keep it short. It would have, like, if it was Ovox, they call it Ovox, or iBox. I call it iBox for internet, or email box, or eBox. It could be called eBox, like email box. The idea would be called eBox. eBox at your email be eBox at whatever number, whatever.com. And that's your email address. And no one else could get that email address. You can't change your email address. That's you pay for that. So if you want another email through eBox, you'd have to pay for it. You have to pay $50 to have another email. A lot of people wouldn't want to do that. But if you're dealing with verification, lost passwords, with eBox, you wouldn't have to remember your email address. You wouldn't have to throw your passwords away. And if you want to verify, you got a Facebook account or YouTube account or whatever, you just have it set to eBox at blah 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 .com. Okay. And it'll send it to your email. And then you click, whatever. So think about it. Just think about it. Throw that idea past people, electronic tech whiz people, coming up with an actual portable. This is an idea I'm throwing out there. And I don't think they should price gouge it. I think it should be reasonable. $50 is reasonable. $50 would be reasonable. Lifetime, $50. Not, you don't have to pay a yearly fee and all that other BS. $50 one time, just like Bandicam or Bandicut. And they've got a business thing that you pay the same amount, but you pay a yearly deal, which is stupid. And then I don't know what the business thing, what kind of thing they got set up for that. I just got the personal. It might have more features on the business. I don't know. I'd have to ask Bandicut about that. I might check into it, see if I could say, well, what about business? I'm gonna ask him about that and see if it obviously gives me more features. And I said, well, how about this? Why don't I buy a business one, but I still want to maintain my other one and see what features it does. And who knows? I might want to I'll probably use both of them. They'd have to be that type of setup where I could, have that option, with Bandicam. But like I said, I'm trying to get people to get off of Facebook and on Mewe. Solve the problems with lost passwords. They need to come up with a portable or mobile email address where you don't need no verification, text messages, no passwords. As far as the email address itself, you may lose the password for your Facebook or YouTube or Mewe or anything else. You might lose that. But they got an option in those social media platforms that they will send you a one-time password. And see, since regular email addresses, they have to verify it through your cell phone provider as a very backup. But if you change your cell phone provider or change your phone number, there's no way you could verify it. If you don't pay your cell phone bill, you're screwed. And they got it all messes it up. And then there's no way you can verify anything. So this right here would cut through the problems. You wouldn't have to worry about lost passwords or, lost your password. They can send you one time password, and then you change the password. And you could always get back in your account. And they said, well, did you lose your password? And yeah, they said, well, just put your email address in there. And you could send the e-box email in there as your contact, and then they send it to your e-box email, and you get back in. It's as simple as that. And you could throw away your passwords. You could throw away your passwords on the. I mean, it could be that good. It could be that put, and it shouldn't be a problem. It's a problem that they need to solve. They've solved about every kind of problem there is about viruses and everything else. They put a lot of money and time and money into those, and you got to pay yearly fees to have virus protection and VPN and all this. You got that protection on that, but they've not put any kind of effort. They don't think it's a problem. Any kind of effort in the verification process, which would if you lose your passwords, they've not made any kind of serious effort into that. And I said, well, portable email, solve the problem. Charge money, lifetime. I would do it myself if I had the technical expertise to do it. And believe me, I'm going to talk to some people about this. If I had the technical and I'm telling you right now, I'm saying on public record, I've got the name. I come up with the idea, e-box. That's the name I come up with, and I could tell Jason Kubin about it. I said, Jason, you being a computer in the computers and fixing computers, and all that, we need to come up with something like this. And then you could tell people it's going to be like $50 a lifetime. We have to find someone that can make these devices. It would revolutionize. It would revolutionize computer technology. It would, and then lost passwords. Everybody has lost. They lose their password once in their lifetime. They'll lose their passwords to their social media platform. They say, damn it, I lost my password. I don't have my password. Did you write it down? And they made me change. Every so often, these social media platforms make you change your password. And then you don't write it down. And then Facebook is, they're notorious on this. I can't tell you how many times I've had to change my password because they keep saying, well, you got to change your password because it's not strong enough. And they do it with all these social media platforms. You got to change your password. You got to change your password. You got to change your password. And the thing about it is they can make you change your password a million times. Don't matter. If you have an email, it cuts through the bullshit. And the email is the same way. They may try to get you to change your password. And with the portable email, you don't need no damn passwords. So why would why would anybody want to pass up an opportunity to have a device like that? I'm the first one that would want a device like that. And the cool thing about this device, the criteria is you can unplug that sucker from your computer. Okay? You can unplug it. You turn it off or unplug it, don't matter. And then you can't access it. But when you plug it up, and if it's hooked up to your computer, you access your email, and you could take that same box and you could plug it up to someone else's computer, and you could access your email on someone else's computer because it pops up and it says, is this you? Yeah. Simple yes or no. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. And then you could check your email. It goes with you. It won't stay on that other person's computer when they leave. It's like, that's why I call it mobile or portable. But it has to be plugged up to a desktop computer. It can't be plugged up to it can't be plugged up to a phone for several reasons. It has to be more of a stabilized setup. I call it e-box. Portable email or mobile email. You can take it with you. You can take it to any country, take it to a motel, or you can take it anywhere. It don't matter. E-box. So think about it and let me know what you think about that. I'm going to talk to Jason Kubin and see what he thinks about it. Well, anyways, like I said, before I go, everybody needs to get on. You need to get on Mewe. Go to other social media platforms, YouTube. Be careful what you say on YouTube, what other social media platforms. I'll tell you what you need to do. Keep, I'll try to put together a video talked about what you have to stay away from, rules and regulations. When you have your own social media platform, if you have your own website, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about it. The one company I'm with right now, I've got the basic low end package, and I could upload videos on there and it linked up to my YouTube account. I've had my Facebook account messed with so many times. I've only lost my YouTube account one time, and it was another YouTube account, and I've since lost it. And it's different, but I got one now, and I got everything stabilized. I'm not violating any copyright laws, so everything is cool. I know what the standards, community standards is, all that. So I'm in line with policy, and as far as YouTube is concerned. Facebook, you're never in line with them. They're anal. They got a very super anal procedure at Facebook. I got a lot of issues with Facebook, a lot of issues with them, and Mark Zuckerberg. I got big issues with him, and I tear into him on our website. I can't be too critical on here on YouTube, but I guarantee you on our website, I tear him up. Some I couldn't do here on this platform. There's stuff I got on our website I could not put on YouTube. Okay, I could not put on YouTube. Trust me, I couldn't. I would probably get banned off YouTube. So I got to still be careful what I do on YouTube. They got some policies in place, so I got to be careful. They don't have a problem with shooter games because there's a bunch of people that got shooter games on there. But keep in mind, the shooter games on here, the shooter games on that I put on here, they said, well, it's violent and all that. It's just a game. It's just a game. That's all it is. It's like the entertainment business. It's like pro wrestling. They say pro wrestling's violent. When Vince McMahon came out and said it's just entertainment, that's what it is. It's entertainment. It's no different than it's show business. It entertains people. People like seeing me in the action, and I try to get dramatic, and then people really get into it, and they want to get on the games and stuff. I can go back to hosting right now. And and that's my own server. So I've got my own website, plus I got my own server. And the only reason I'm not doing it full time because I'm doing other things, making videos. And the cool thing about having my own server on the video games, you can basically say what you want to. I'm not gonna judge nobody. And you can say what you want to, and no problem. So I'm not going to tell anybody how to set that up. That's going to be for people that I know, that I trust on the hosting on that. Like I'm the actual host it's a host of the video games. And I don't know what the website is for it. There's got to be some website. I want to do some research on that. But anyway, that's all I had to say. If you have any questions, you can contact me, Mark Davis, 865-338-6576, or email me, markdavis1865@gmail.com. If you want to do a podcast with me, we can arrange that. Or if you want to talk about this idea about the e-box idea, about the portable mobile email, that's an idea that I'm going to talk to Jason Kubin about, see if we could put something together. Since he's a computer expert, we could put something like that together, and that would solve a lot of the problems. I think it would take off, and I'd like to see Jason Kubin, and I'd like to see him thrive in his business. This would help. All this would be great for his business it would complement his business, I think. So I'm gonna throw this idea past him. But anyways, I'm gonna sign off. I've got next week, this upcoming week, we got some videos. We're going to do a video tomorrow. We have the church. We'll have some videos. We got some videos scheduled for next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We got, let's see, we got Operation Delta, Bad Boys, and Eagle. Operation Delta, Operation Bad Boys, and Operation Eagle scheduled for this upcoming week, starting Monday. So we're going to have it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We used to do it Monday, Tuesday. We used to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We used to do it 5 days a week. And I cut back and we space it, And I like to do it. I'm going to be doing a mission today sometime. After I go to the grocery store, I got to pick up a few items and I'll be back, take my medicine, come back, take a little break, and then I'm going to do a mission. And that'll be scheduled. Well, actually, this upcoming week, that's the week of the 16th. So we're going to have it scheduled for the 16th. Let's see, 16th, 18th, and the 20th. And then I'm going to be working on a mission for the 23rd, 25th, and 27th. And that would be basically finishing out this month. And then we'll be doing one we'll be working on, in the next few weeks, we'll be working on one for the 30th. And then the 1st, and then on the Friday. So we'll be scheduling those out. And I got to put those on the calendar too, what we got scheduled there. So like I said, you can contact me, call me, and we could try to set something up, podcast, whatever.